Hi, everyone. My name is Aaron Pally, and I'm one of the race directors for the Houston Methodist Texas City Half Marathon, 10K, 5K, and mile race this Saturday, December 6th, happening out on the Texas City Dike and Bay Street Park. I want to take just a minute to go over the courses and also talk about some stuff that has to do with race day. Hopefully, answer any questions that you all have in this video. But as always, you are welcome to reply to any of the emails that we send with any questions you have, as well as contact us through the website. All of that information, those emails, those questions come directly to me. I will answer them as quickly as I can and help you in any way possible. So today you should have got an email from me if you're registered for the race about packet pickup. I'm not going to go over that. That email goes over it in detail. If you have any questions, let me know. But I am going to share my screen here and I am going to go over the website just a little bit. Hopefully you visited the website by now. You know where everything's at. If not, take a look around, familiarize yourself with where everything's at. We will update the results and photos link, the results right away. So when you finish your race, you can go to the website and look that up. We'll also have QR codes on site that you can scan with your phone. Most of you carry your phone on you. If you don't, you could probably ask someone just to see what your results are. You can ask the timer at the finish line. You can ask Kim or any of the staff as well if you need someone to look that up for you. But that's how the results are going to work. We'll give photos to you within a couple days after the race. We'll notify you when those are available. Don't worry, we'll reach out directly, but you can always check the website as well. Under information here, this is an alphabetical drop down for the most part. Photos are here and results are here. Everything you need is right here. So awards, you can read this on your own. We're going to skip over that. Same with fees, lodging. If you guys want to come down, I know Texas City itself, the city of Texas City, puts a lot into this race, as well as the Texas City Triathlon. I myself put that race on too. They are very generous in closing down the dike. I believe we are the only two events they do that for. They love having you guys come down and these health conscious events come out and bring the community out and just really showcase what they got going on down there. They're really trying to grow events and get more people down. So if you want to stay close to the race site, if you don't live close already, and you want to stay close and just wake up and it's a short little drive over, then I suggest checking out the lodging page and supporting them through that. I know they'd love it. Pace team, you guys are going to, anyone that there's 16 of you that signed up to lead the pace team. You're going to receive an email from me within the next day or so with instructions on that. It's pretty simple. You pick up your packet just like everybody else. The only difference is race morning, you're going to get your stick with the finish time and the pace that everyone can see to gather around you in the start corral. You're going to get that race morning, and I'll tell you instructions. There's two for each pace team, so you guys can pass that stick off, take a break from carrying it. Just a brief email instructions on that coming your way. Like I said, you already got a packet pickup email. Let's go over parking. Race morning, 5 a.m. You can start parking. I wouldn't worry too much about what says do not to park here. Most of the do not park streets will be blocked off. You won't be able to do that anyway. Um, it's important that you're quiet and courteous though, because the streets that you actually can park on, which are any really numbered street, 8th and 9th Street are the closest, and they're big streets with big shoulders that are designated as street parking. Shouldn't have to pay for that or anything, shouldn't be towed. It's all free street parking. But be courteous, be quiet. It's 5 a.m., 6 a.m., whenever you get there. Don't slam doors, don't shout. Just be aware of your surroundings, guys. We want to be welcomed back and we want the community to want us to be there. So we appreciate that. The later you get there, the further away you will have to park. Shouldn't be an issue for any of the athletes, though, any of the runners. You guys, most of you do a warm up anyway. Use that as your warm up. You can do a light jog in. If you have spectators and you want to drop them off closer, you can always drive up as close as you can get, park or drop them off, let them out of the car quick, and then go park towards the back. I will show you where that parking actually is. I'm sorry, there's not a link here. Maybe by the time you watch this, there will be, but it does show the parking on the course maps, which we'll get to in just a second. Talked about photos already. Results, rewards, rules. So you can read through all of this. We'll go to the schedule. The swag is listed as what you get for your packet pickup bag. Most of that is in there. You're going to get a running shirt in there. If you're in the kids race, the kid, not the mile, that's a family mile, but if you're specifically a kid in the kids half marathon, that specifically is the only race you do not have to pay for race morning pickup if you choose that as an add-on. Everyone else, because you're getting a finisher shirt for the kids half when you finish. So all you'd be picking up is a bib, and that doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're not going to force that on you guys. So if you're in the kids half specifically, you can pick up without that add-on race morning. Everyone else needs to pick up, as the email states, you guys need to pick up Thursday, Friday, Webster Sun and Ski, noon to 7. Unless you had it shipped to you, that's not available anymore. But those 100 people that had them shipped, we shipped those last week. You should have already got them. If you didn't, email me. We can try and figure out what happened there, but they should all be out. If by chance you didn't add on race morning packet pickup, you can still do that. Instructions for how to do that were in the email. We have a limited amount to do that. It is a slight fee that is meant as a deterrent because we don't want everyone picking up race morning. It's also meant to be able to pay our race staff that we have to schedule to do race morning pickup. So that is an add-on, but you can do that. That's on the packet pickup page and in the email instructions on how to do it. If you have any questions, email me. So everyone gets a running shirt. Black is men's, light blue is women's. If you're a woman and you selected to get a men's cut shirt, you'll end up with a black one instead of a blue one. Finisher medal. Every single person gets a finisher medal when they cross that line. Every race distance, all of it. You get this finisher medal right here. Okay. Everyone gets a bib. On the back of that bib, it won't have your name. I'm sorry, that didn't end up getting put on the bibs. But on the back of that bib is a timing tag. We don't need that back. Don't take it off. It's stuck on the back. If you peel it off, it won't work. If you fold the bib, it won't work. If you wear it underneath layers of clothing, it won't work. We also need to see your bib on the outermost layer of clothing so that we see your number, and that's how we identify and tag your photo as well. But being on the outermost layer also allows for your timing tag to be able to be recorded when you cross that finish line. Okay. Complimentary photos, as I said, we'll email you within a couple days. Those are sent, or those are available. You guys can download those for free, share them. We take on that bill to be able to offer that to you guys. We do have pace team support. So if you want to run with the pace team for the half, look for those signs that'll be popped up in the start chute, and you can gather around and run with those pace teams. We will have food and beer at the finish line. That is not, unfortunately, not for spectators, guys. That is only for registered runners, volunteers, and our staff. We will have snacks, should have some vitamin water, definitely have water bottles. We're going to give you a water bottle at the finish, okay? And then when you go to the food line, there's going to be some snacks. There'll be Little Caesars pizza, and then there should be beer from St. Arnold's. They sponsor if you're of age, 21 or older. And then we should have some vitamin water in there too, I think, as well. Let's see what else we have here. You're eligible for awards. Awards are gold, silver, bronze medals that look a lot like the finisher medal, but again, they're gold, silver, bronze with different color ribbons. We will present those during the award ceremonies. We do not have officially grab and go like we have at some of our other events at this race this first year. So if you're leaving and you know for sure you want an award and you want to grab it before you go, you can speak to Kim. We will make some exceptions if you absolutely have to leave, but we're not going to just open it up to everyone grab and go this time. Please stay for the award ceremony. You can get up on the podium, take a picture. We'll rattle through all that really quickly. That's on the schedule of events page. All right, let's go real quick to the schedule of events. Thursday, Friday, packet pickup. Saturday, 5 a.m. street parking, 5 a.m. also in the gazebo, which I'll show you when we get to the course map, is for race morning packet pickup for anyone that added on and paid that little extra to have that race morning. Also for anyone in the kids half without adding that. I would recommend making sure you get to that gazebo if you're claiming a packet that morning, 30 minutes prior. If you do anything under that, it may be kind of difficult to get that packet, get everything on in time for the race. Something I just thought of. We do have Race Joy for this event. So if you have RaceJoy on your phone, you can log into that and you can start that at the beginning of the race. That email should have been sent out to you. If not, look for it in the next couple days. It'll explain what RaceJoy is, but it's a tracking app that anyone that's on it can track you live if you have your phone on and you start it within RaceJoy when the race starts on that app. Then anyone that you share that with can then track you while you're running. That is not something that we will have a link like the results. It's not live tracking results. It's you doing it through the app and then sharing that with whoever you want to track you. 6:45 anthem and announcements. 6:55 I have listed as the start for the athletes with disabilities. We'll probably only start you guys about a minute before, or maybe actually at 7 a.m. With everyone else just in the front. Although it'll probably be at least a minute, it may not be 5 minutes ahead. Just roll with us on that, guys, if you're in this category here of athletes with disabilities. All right, so we will have someone lead out the half marathon and lead out the 5K, which starts 10 minutes after. So 7 a.m. is the official start for everybody, invitational, age group, guardians. We don't have different corrals for everyone. We have the pace groups if you want to be part of that, that are in the corral. If you're faster, get up front. If you're mid to back of the pack, then stage yourself accordingly in the chute. So no one gets run over. You don't have to pass a bunch of people and elbow them, which is not okay to do. So just be careful. We see that every race. We don't like to see that. Seed yourself in the start chute, depending on how fast you run. Again, faster paces in the front so you can kind of break out and you don't have to push through everyone. We don't do that. All right, the 5K starts at 7:10. Someone else will lead that out, and then the award ceremonies are here. 10K the mile, not 10K. The mile starts at 10 a.m. The event concludes at 10:30. So the only thing I have left here is the course. I will get through that as quickly as I can. Shows all the distances officially that we offer up at the top here, all the categories. I'll let you guys read through that. The mile run talks about here, and then the kids half marathon. Remember, if you're part of the kids half marathon, there is a log sheet. It looks like that is not something you can click here. It should be. I will make sure to email that to all of you so that you have it. Kids need to complete those 12.1 miles prior to this race, with the last mile being the 1 mile race itself, and that's how you complete it. Then you claim your shirt after. Okay. There's no awards for the mile. You get your medal. If you're part of the half, you get your shirt. That's it. The half for the kids. Animated interactive map. I'll get up to that in a second, but let's go down real quick to the restrooms and the energy stations / water stops. For the half marathon, you're going to have 5 stations that you're going to hit. These first 3 stations, you're actually going to hit twice. So if you look at it that way, you actually have 8 stations because you hit 1 through 3. Those are on the dike. You'll hit them on one side running out to the U-turn at the very end. You'll hit them on the way back. That's why it says mile 2, then 9, mile 3.5, then 7.5. That's on the other side of it. Mile 5, then 6. These 3 stations will be on the dike in the middle of the road. So they will be on your left, same as the cones, because the cones are in the center. They'll be on your left as you run past them one way, on your left as you run past them the other way, coming back from that U-turn. All of the ones on the dike will have water, Gatorade, gels, and restrooms. The restrooms are only on one side of the road. They are on the inbound, not outbound. So when you're running out to the very end of the dike, those restrooms will not be on your side. They will be on the opposite side of the road at those stations. So if you need to use them when you're headed out towards the U-turn on the dike, you can cross over. Just make sure you return to the course right where you got off the course to go to that restroom. If you don't need them on the way out, they're going to be on your right when you come back and you're running back. So that's convenient there. There'll be a couple of those at each of these miles. And then at each of these stations. Station 4, Station 5, at mile 10.5, and mile 12, those will just have water and Gatorade. There's no restroom, there's no gels at those. So make sure you take care of business as needed. For the 10K, on the dike, you will use that first station the same as the half. The other stations 2 and 3 are only used by the half because you will U-turn before you even get to them. You'll also hit the same station. Their 4 and 5 is your 2 and 3 right here, water and Gatorade only. If you're in the 5K, you're going to get station 1 and station 2, which is not even on the dike. You get the ones that are off the dike as well. And I'll show you that in a minute. It's real easy. If you're in the mile, you actually will get one water stop along the course. It's this one right here that the 5K uses. I'll show you where that's at. I've gone over the rest. Medical will be at the finish line and they will be roaming throughout the course. Most of you have your phone on you. If you see someone and there's an extreme emergency, we can't cover every portion of this course at every second. So always, guys, if you witness an emergency that warrants 911, please just call them. It's going to go straight to Texas City. They may even be out there anyway with an ambulance on site. They've talked about that. They're real close if not, and they can get there probably quicker than our course medical can get there. Our course medical is meant to stay with anyone that's having an emergency until EMS gets there. But mainly meant to help people that are having severe cramps. If you fell and you have a scrape or a bruise and you need to get off the course, we can kind of help with that. If you can get yourself to a water station, that helps. If you can identify what mile you're on when you're talking to anybody, that helps as well. We will mark the course mileage-wise with flags for every mile on the half marathon, and there should be, I think, A-frame signs for the 10K to mark the mileage on that. 5K won't have any mileage markers out there. Obviously, the mile doesn't. As far as medical, though, those will be roaming and we'll get to you as quick as you can. Like I said, try to get to a water stop, and because we monitor those more so than anything else, that tends to be where people stop if they have issues that they need help with. So be good to each other out there, guys. If you see someone in distress, stop and see what's going on. Help them out. All right, so the course itself, course map. These are new course maps. We got rid of the illustrated maps and the Google Sheets and all that stuff, or Google Maps we were sharing. These are better. So I'm on a desktop. Laptop looks the same, where you can do the drop down here to change between the course distances. And on Find in Map, it shows you the legend and what I have on there for markers. Show Map enlarges it. So if you're on a mobile device, I believe this is the only thing that shows because it wants you to click it and enlarge it before it shows these other things. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click that. All maps are contained within. It's an animated thing. You can see it goes the direction that the runners are going to go. It shows elevation down here. For all the courses, all of them, the 5K, the 10K, the half, we're going to leave the mile out of it for now, but 5K, 10K, half, they're all exactly the same with the exception of their U-turn point on the dike itself, that long out and back. So for the half, you can see it goes all the way down to the end, so you can't go any further. You turn and come all the way back. If you click on the 10K, you can see you turn quite a bit sooner than that. And we will have signs out there. It's obvious for the half. You're going to run so you can't run any further. There will be a U-turn sign, and the cones will guide you down there. You're not going to run into the ocean. It couldn't be any more obvious. For the 10K, though, you'll need to know where to turn around. There will be a U-turn sign here, and it'll say 10K U-turn right here, okay? It's right, if you look, it's right after the first energy station, just a little bit after. Now, I'm not out there. I'm personally not the one laying the course. So that should be visible after that station. Keep in mind, if it's put closer to the station, it may not be as visible because people are serving water and things like that and Gatorade. So if someone's standing in front of it, you might miss it. It should be further out. If you run any fair distance past this, you missed it. Don't keep running. But as you get to this station, be very aware, heads up racing, and look around, look for that U-turn sign. You're going to just U-turn in the 10K and you're going to head back. If you're in the 5K, you barely go onto the dike at all. Let me switch to satellite. That's actually a little easier here. 5K, you come out the same exact way. Remember, same course, just you turn around way sooner. If any of you did the triathlon, our transitions in this big parking lot where the bikes are for the triathlon. But in any regard, you're going to come over this hill. The only hill in the course is this berm, this seawall here. You go up the hill here, you go down the hill here. You U-turn for that 5K, go right back up before you turn right onto Skyline right here. All the courses turn right onto Skyline, okay? It's an out and back on the dike. Once you get onto Skyline, it's just one way. You're running up Skyline, okay? follow the cone line. You're going to dump into the park here. There'll be left turn signs. There'll probably be a barricade across the road to help you know not to keep running down Skyline. But you're going to dump into the park. This whole course is paved. So you're going to dump into the park, just follow the pavement across, go across the bridge, follow the cones. There might be some arrow signs out wherever those are. Read signs, follow arrows, all that good stuff, guys. There'll be an aid station here, a water stop, I mean. Remember, there's one right here when you turn onto Skyline. There's another one right here. These are just water and Gatorade at this point because you're going into the park. Okay, you're gonna follow that all the way down. It's all paved all the way down. Looks like it's in the street. It's not. You're running with a little separation in the park here on the paved bike path. The park is completely closed. The city was nice enough to close that as well. So when you run through the entry exits to these parking lots, there will be a gate on your side that stops any cars from coming in. So again, look around. You never know, but those gates should be shut. Everything should be all safe and good to go. Now, you ran out. This is the start and finish line right here. In the beginning, you're running what the map shows or what the screen shows as being south towards the bottom. You're going to gather up top here and run down the parking lot and turn left on the way out. Okay. That's how everyone goes. Let's go back to the half. But everybody does this. You're going to run south or down in this parking lot. You're going to turn left onto the Dyke Road and go out. On your way back, everyone's coming down the path right here. You are going to run past on this path all the way down to the end of this parking lot. You're going to make 2 left turns quick, essentially a U-turn, and you're going to run up the parking lot in this fencing, this chute, and finish the opposite way through the finish line scaffolding that you started, okay? And your race is done. Everyone gets those medals at the finish line. That's about it, guys. Parking. Okay, let me just show you where that is. I recommend 8th and 9th Streets, easiest. They're the widest streets, plenty of parking. It's about the same amount of people as our triathlon has. Everyone parks in the street parking here. We've never had any issue at all. All these roads are open, guys, except once you get to this intersection, Dyke Road here is closed. So once you cross over carefully this road, you should be on a closed road here on Dyke Road. But all of this is open. There should be police officers at this intersection. There likely won't be any anywhere else. So really pay attention, be careful, be responsible for your own safety all the way in, guys. Okay. So site map. Obviously, I talked about the toilets that are on the course at some of the water stops, but there'll be a big bank of portable restrooms here on race site. Some hand sanitizer stations here. There's some other restrooms right here on the corner that are park restrooms you can use as well. There'll be hand washing stations by the gazebo here for afterwards if you want to wash your hands before you actually eat. We have Little Caesars. We have snacks, beer, vitamin water bottles at the finish. And then you can get those in here. As I said before, that is only for runners. You can pick up your packet. Volunteer check-in for race site. All of the volunteers that are out on the course at the water stops will check in remotely with me. And this is where the award medals and the podium will be handed out later in the day. We have timing and results over to the side, medical, and our announcer on the side of the finish line. So that should be about it, guys. I want to keep this relatively short. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I might not do this every single year, but first year I wanted to kind of put something together where I talked about everything at once. So have a great race out there, guys. We really, really, really appreciate your support, especially first year. Help us spread the word if you like it, and we'll talk to you later. Have a good one.